you, so it has to be good, no? It's a bit windy today. Maybe you can hear some of the noise, or maybe not. What are we going to do today together? Well, I tried to create a new story. A unique story using AI. I haven't read it, so I'm going to read it with you for the first time. We're gonna see if it's actually good. What do you think? So, let me start reading and then you'll tell me if it's actually a good story in the comments, okay? Very good, very good. So the title is The Curious Case of Emma's Shoes. Emma had always been a bit peculiar. She was the kind of person who noticed the smallest details. The way the shadows moved in the early morning light, or how the sound of her feet against the pavement seemed to shift with the seasons. Her blue eyes, clear and ever watchful, seemed to have to take in everything, and her long brown hair often fell messily across her face, as if it too were too lazy to conform. It's twisting my tongue. But today, something was different. Something in the air felt off. A tension she couldn't quite place. She had just bought a new pair of shoes, a modest set of brown leather flats, and there was something unnervingly perfect about them. Not in a way that made her feel good, but more in a way that made her wonder if they were somehow too right for her. The fit was flawless, the soles molded to her feet in a way no other shoes had ever done before, almost too perfectly. Once she first put them on, the leather was smooth, almost impossibly so. She had slipped her toes into them with ease, the soft, cushioned interior embracing her feet like a second skin. As she stood up, the feeling was almost electric, a subtle tingle creeping from her toes all the way up to her calves. She had been walking around her apartment, trying to shake off the odd feeling that clung to her. Her toes wiggled inside the shoes. Wiggle, brushing against the soft fabric of her stockings, and she couldn't help but feel as though the shoes were moving with her, adjusting in ways that were not quite normal. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, she muttered to herself, heading out the door. Her feet clicked rhythmically against the pavement as she walked, the leather shoes making a note echo in the quiet streets. She passed a couple of familiar faces on her way to the coffee shop, their eyes flickering to her shoes before quickly looking away. She noticed this, but didn't think much of it. The deeper she walked into the city, the more the feeling in her feet intensified. wasn't just her toes that were feeling off anymore. It was her entire foot, her arch, even in the subtle curve of her heel. She stopped at a crosswalk and stretched her toes, feeling the leather warm and shift beneath her. She thought she saw a shimmer at the edge of her vision, something strange, like a mirage, dancing on the sidewalk just in front of her. Am I imagining this? She whispered to herself. By the time she reached the coffee shop, Emma's feet were throbbing, not from pain, but from an odd sensation of familiarity. She felt as though these shoes were meant for her, if they knew exactly how to move with her body. But why? She had only bought them this morning. Inside the coffee shop, the usual comforting hum of the espresso machine and quiet chatter of regulars filled the air. But there was something else now, a strange, subtle noise coming from beneath her feet. She tried to ignore it, ordering her usual black coffee, nothing more. As she stood by the counter waiting, she felt the peculiar sensation growing again, this time spreading up her legs and her knees. Click, click, click. Her heart skipped. The sound wasn't coming from her heels against the floor. It was coming from the shoes themselves. She glanced down, her breath catching in her throat. The leather had changed. The smooth surface of the shoes now looked slightly warped, and though they were shifting, the soles had thickened, the stitching had tightened in places, and there was a distinct pulsing that seems to emanate from within them. Are you all right? The barista asked, his voice soft and concerned. Emma's gaze snapped up to meet his, startled. Yeah, I'm fine, she stammered, shaking her head. She quickly took her coffee and stepped away from the counter, her mind racing. Click, click. It was louder now. The shoes seemed to be adjusting, like they were getting used to her, learning her stride. She tried to quicken her pace to shift the sensation, but it only made it worse. The shoes weren't just reacting. They were guiding her, pulling her into a faster, more deliberate rhythm. Every step was sharper, more calculated, as if they were now in charge of her movement. Excuse me, a voice interrupted. Emma froze. A woman, tall, with dark eyes, was standing in front of her. Her gaze dropped to Emma's feet, and the woman's face grew pale. She didn't say anything at first, just stared. Can I help you? Emma asked, a little defensive. The woman shook her head quickly. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be wearing those, the woman murmured, glancing nervously around. washing over her. What do you mean? The woman hesitated, clearly conflicted, before speaking in a low voice. Those shoes, they are not just shoes, they are alive. Emma laughed, unsure of what to make of this strange statement. Alive? You are kidding, right? But the woman's expression remained serious. They have been made for you, yes, but they are made of ordinary leather. These shoes have history. They have been passed through generation, worn by those who don't know the true nature of their power. Power, Emma echoed, feeling a chill run down her spine. Yes, the shoes guide you, shape your path, and I'll keep leading you until you become one with them. The woman said, her voice trembling. Before Emma could respond, the woman turned and hurried out the door, disappearing into the bustling streets. Emma stood frozen, the words echoing in her head. Shape your path. Her mind raced as she looked down at the shoes. Their once perfect feet, now feeling like something more, something darker. She could feel them tugging at her with every step, urging her to move faster, to go somewhere, anywhere. Her toes curled in the ladder, gripping the shoes in a way that felt almost necessary. With each click of her feet, she felt the shoes tightening, melting with her skin, with her soul. The weird, inexplicable pull grew stronger, and despite herself, she couldn't help but follow it. Her feet were no longer just a part of her. They were something else. They were the key, and they were leading her somewhere. And the story, it's finished, at least for now. What do you think about this story made with AI? Did you like? Where do you think these shoes will take Emma? What's her destiny? What's going to happen to her feet? Give me ideas. Write them in the comments. Maybe we can continue this story together. What do you think? Yes, it's actually a very nice idea. Just tell me everything you think it should happen in this story, and we can continue it in another video. What do you think? See, I'm excited to hear and to read your comments. So, I'm wishing you a very, very, very very nice rest of the day. And I will see you soon in another video. Really, I'm waiting for your comments. And if you like this video, why you don't help me liking it. If you are not subscribed yet to my channel, what are you waiting for? And just for you to know, you can follow me on Telegram. Check the description below. I will send some messages and keep you updated with everything that will come out on this channel. In the meantime, I'm sending you so many kisses and so many hugs.